Look at her, a prisoner of the gutters, condemned by every syllable she utters. By right, she should be taken out and hung for the cold-blooded murder of the English tongue.
It can leave you flinching, laughing, or intolerably perplexed. Welcome to the Dripping Cinema Countdown. Today, we're counting down 10 of the worst accents that Hollywood dared to offer.
I'm Conor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Cheadle. Now I am immortal.
We've excluded films that intentionally use bad accents from our list. All the accents used on our list are bad because, well, the actors didn't do a good job in convincing anyone.
On number 10, Quentin Tarantino in Django Unchained. One of the best Western films of our time, this highly stylized yet fictional period film is marked by some commendable acting performances. It has a highly disturbing yet sensitizing take on slavery. It won an Oscar for its director, Quentin Tarantino, for Best Original Screenplay.
Who the fuck is Smitty McCall?
Tarantino's brief yet very noticeable attempt in doing a southern accent is at best quite unconvincing.
I said a white boy.
Shut up, Black. You ain't got nothing to say I want to hear.
On number 9, Charlie Hunnam in Green Street.
Millwall and West Ham firms hate each other more than any other firms by far.
Sort of like the Yankees and the Red Sox.
More like the Israelis and the Palestinians.
Take any worst accents in a movie list and you will be sure to find this entry.
These boys don't know about your old man, and if I was you, I'd keep it that way. No blabbing to Brother Steve about how your day was or who said what.
Hunnam's fervent venture at a Cockney accent went noticeably off point. You will find a mix of multiple dialects from Australian to Geordie, reminding us that sometimes a little bit too much of a challenge can turn things for worse.
But it's really about reputation. Humiliating another mob in a row, or doing something that the other firms get to hear and talk about.
On number 8, Christopher Lambert in Highlander.
You talk funny, Nash. Where are you from?
Lots of different places.
This epic fantasy was not well received upon its initial release, but has ever since maintained the status of a cult classic. Lambert, who was a French-speaking actor, first came to Hollywood in 1984 to star as Tarzan, which was essentially a non-speaking role. However, an attempt to mimic a Scottish accent by someone who could barely speak English led the film to be considered a bit distasteful, despite the groundbreaking storyline and endeavoring visual effects.
There can be only one.
On number 7, Julia Roberts in Mary Rowley. Roberts, a prolific Academy Award-winning American actress with many critically acclaimed performances to her name, just couldn't get this one right. She played in 2 films in 1996, Mary Rowley and Michael Collins, both in which she attempted Irish accent.
Mary Riley?
Yes, sir.
Where have you been?
My mother's died, sir. I had some arrangements to make.
And when did you last see the doctor's assistant, Mr. Edward Hyde?
Some time ago, sir.
She claimed that she and her dialect coach wanted her Irish accent to be, quote, authentic. However, her performance nonetheless is pretty unconvincing.
I've got my savings, nearly £8. Would that be enough to pay for a proper funeral?
Don't worry, we're still proud of your other work, Julia.
Stay right where you are. Don't flutter an eyelid, or I'll stab you. I'll stab you through.
On number 6, Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise in Far and Away. These actors play Irish immigrants who just moved to Boston. With a monotone performance, especially by actor Tom Cruise, and lack of attention to dialect in use of vowels, as portraying new immigrants, their attempt at being legitimately Irish is laughable at best.
I could make you a cup of tea. When tea time calls for it, yes.
I'll throw the tea in your face and I'll piss on your boots before I serve the likes of you. Get up!
I'll pay you threepence a day.
Get out! I've an appointment in the morning and I'm going to honor it.
You'll never win this duel with Stephen. We've all seen you handle a gun. Boy, I am giving you your freedom.
I'm not going to a distant world. I'm of Ireland, and I'll stay in Ireland till I die.
That's in about 5 hours.
On number 5, Shia LaBeouf in Nymphomaniac.
What about that? We print cards and envelopes and nonsense like that.
It's a bloody complicated business. You know, I don't understand a word of it.
For this American actor, carrying out a British accent was not a great idea, as it does not seem even slightly British. However, we did miss Shia in the 4th installment of the Transformers franchise.
When you buy a tiger, right, you also have to feed it. Satisfy it.
Nicole!
On number 4, Gerard Butler in The Bounty Hunter. The 300 star has a track record of not just one, but several films with bad accents like P.S. I Love You and Chasing Mavericks. But this film is exceptional in the way he swiftly switches accents from American to Scottish. It must be pretty safe to say that he has the worst American accent on our list.
Hey, Mr. Boyd, what's up?
Listen, I'm looking for Bobby. I called his cell, but he's not picking up. Is he there?
On number 3, Don Cheadle in Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
All right, chaps. Hang on to your knickers.
Don had particularly asked that he wanted to do a Cockney accent in this film. Well, his accent just did not get better during the filming of the whole franchise. He has played many convincing roles in his career, but let's just say a Scottish-speaking surveillance expert was not one of them. Do you think that he could have performed better off with an American?
Oh, it's terrific. It'll be nice working with proper villains again.
Everybody down! Get it!
They weren't expecting that shit.
On number 2, Dick Van Dyke in Mary Poppins.
Other nannies take children to the park. When you're with Mary Poppins, suddenly you're in places you never dreamed of. And quick as you can say, Bob's your uncle, the most unusual things begin to happen.
I'm sure I haven't the faintest idea what you're talking about.
One of the greatest and memorable children's films of all time, Mary Poppins has one of the most bizarre Cockney accents that has been remembered through the ages by none other than Dick Van Dyke. However, we can let it go off in good spirit because he played a comedy role in a children's film after all. He himself was considerate enough to publicly apologize in 2017 for inflicting, quote, the most atrocious Cockney accent in the history of cinema.
Tired of hearing our poor accents? Well, good. Wait till you hear today's top pick. On number 1, Keanu Reeves in Dracula.
25th May, Budapest. Left Budapest early this morning. The impression I had was that we were leaving the west and entering the east. The district I am to enter is in the extreme east of the country, just on the borders of 3 states, Transylvania, Moldavia, and Bukovina, in the midst of the Carpathian Mountains, one of the wildest and least known portions of Europe.
Let those ears bleed and experience true horror at the most plain and off-radar British accent ever to be attempted on celluloid.
You have to hear it to believe it. Reeves' attempt at being Victorian is utmost cringeworthy, if not hilarious.
No! Wait! No, let them go! Let them go! Our work is finished here.
If you agree, disagree, or have your own top 10 worst accents, let us know in the comments below. For more of your favorite top 10 lists, be sure to subscribe to Dripping Cinema.